Hi, welcome back to my science lab. So I'm going to show you the steps you're going to take if you are doing the soil test at home with me. We're testing if our soil is acidic or basic or neutral. Soda, vinegar, soil, and water. So for the first one, I'm going to mix some water into some of my soil. Not all of my soil, just some of it. I'm going to need 2 separate cups. And I guess that inspired my dog to start drinking water. And then you're going to stir it so it's mixed. And then we're going to add baking soda to it. Okay. And see if anything happens, right? See if anything fizzes. Okay, so it's bubbling a little bit. Not a ton, though. I'm going to mix it together a little, see if anything happens. All right, check out the bottom. You can see baking soda sort of clumped right at the bottom. The mixture of soil and water stayed on the top. So this is like a darker, nicer soil. This is like potting soil that we bought from the store. So when we mix that with baking soda, nothing really happened. Now we're gonna see what it looks like when we mix it with this sort of sandy soil from like just outside in my backyard. All right, so then I have this soil. This is the kind of soil I used in our last experiment. That's just like from my backyard, not fancy soil that I bought. And I'm gonna do the same thing. First, I have to mix water in there to dilute it. I'll stir it up. And basically we're making mud. Okay. Now, a little bit of bubbles did form from that, but that was mainly just from my stirring. That's not like an actual reaction yet. And now I'm going to add some baking soda to it. And let's zoom in on the top there. Forming a little, yeah, compared to when we added vinegar last time, it's just sort of clumping. It's not really creating true bubbles. Okay, now we're going to add vinegar to our good soil, like our potting soil, and see if it has a chemical reaction. Okay, again, not too much is happening. So the last thing we have to do, and I've tested this before and it worked, is add some vinegar to my more basic soil. Ooh, interesting. It is kind of having a little bit of a semi-chemical reaction. There are bubbles going on. If when you added baking soda to your soil, it fizzed, that means that your soil is acidic. If you added vinegar to your soil and it fizzed, that means your soil is basic or alkaline. And then lastly, if there was no fizzing, like what we had with the potting soil, that means your soil is neutral. And that's what you want because it makes it easiest for your plants to absorb nutrients. If it is basic, it makes it too hard to absorb nutrients in the soil for your plants, and the same thing for if it's acidic. So right now, it looks like, not surprised, the potting soil is neutral. Nothing really happening with the baking soda, so it's not acidic. There's a little bit of bubbling here, so we could say that the outside soil is naturally alkaline. So let's see what yours looked like if you tried it. If you had no fizzes, then your soil is really good. Your soil is neutral, ready to grow plants. If it fizzed with the baking soda, then your soil is a little acidic. And if it fizzed with the vinegar, then your soil is a little basic or alkaline. All right.